Okay, so basically my last couple of weeks can be summarized with this. This mediocre little pile of paper. And that's like a receipt for some oh yeah, my wireless headphones, because I got a gift card from a student of mine for whatever I wanted to buy, and I used it at this MediaMarkt. It's like an electronics devices shop in Germany. I'm really feeling like Germany is a kind of like a country in which you decompose. Like people kind of slowly but surely melt away in Germany. And they make it out to be this big economy that's running fast and so on. But at the end of the day, it's probably like a bunch of young, confused people on their phones procrastinating. A bunch of people that are actually hurrying, actually in stress, trying to perform. There's a whole bunch of these. And then there's also lots of obviously kids, but also old people, elder people sitting in restaurants. And then you have the waiters, right? Running around. So for each person that's chilling, there's another person that's basically running around, kinda. At least in big cities, I think. And even outside, it's probably the case. Now, I'm about to hit the gym, and so this is really a shame. You do not know the amount of guilt that goes into this pile of paper. It's like the analogy of a big rock falling onto me. It's like my buddy Paulo, I just wrote him, but yeah, he's in the US. I don't know if he's going to answer. We last talked in the end of 2024, but anyways, I sent him some exercises that I have to solve because I'm at 80 ECTS out of 180. I'm at 80 from or of 180. So I'm at 80 divided by 180 ECTS credit points of my online masters in finance. But I'm basically super depressed, and it doesn't seem because this I'm kind of I've showered and I've dressed up. I seem kind of collected, but I can tell you that I'm like this pretty much all the time. And okay, yesterday I gave an online lesson, so I did something productive. Right now I'm making this video, but making this video shouldn't trick me into thinking that I actually did something productive. This is more kind of a moment to reflect also. So there's someone knocking on my door. Unfortunately not. No, I'm so bad. That's so bad. Okay. Good luck. It's my neighbor asking me if I have some kind of painkiller, paracetamol, it's called. So these are mild painkiller medications, right? I don't have any. Yeah. So what am I going to do now? Going to go to the gym, hit the gym, be sitting there between my sets, contemplating life and space and the universe, while I should actually be doing something, because at the gym you're kind of also just sitting around wasting away, to be honest. gyms are kind of like businesses. They are literally businesses with employees, like staff. That's like, and they have this running, and you going to the gym, you're just a client feeding this like economy, this business of gyms and supplements and coaches and like, you know what I mean? So you're not actually like the provider, you're just like a consumer in this dynamic. So that's not where I want to like optimally be at when I want to like have my some kind of output into the world. So the gym, yeah, it's kind of a waste. It's kind of a waste. So what am I going to do with this pile of paper? Oh yeah, so the analogy of a big rock falling onto me, and I'm just like staring at it. Like a big giant rock falling onto me. And I'm like, oh, I'm like this basically. I'm like, so I'm basically like this. So this is the big rock, and it's like falling onto me. And at the last moment, I'm like, and it falls next to me. That's pretty much the analogy. Now, there's another analogy of just like holding your nose like this, like pinching it like this, and diving, like doing like the work, like because economics, because like my buddy Paulo I've told you about, and me studying finances online and this economic stuff, people I know that study economics or that are like doing something in this area, it's kind of a burden on your sense of almost morality. And because this economic stuff, it's so like artificial, it's so made up, you just put a bunch of numbers and it's so abstract. And then when you ask someone else, hey, do you have an idea about this, can you solve it, they're always busy then. So in reality, what do you actually acquire? What skills do you actually, what do you actually learn? That's why I chose a different path of teaching languages at the same time. So I'm also studying a bachelor's degree to teach like foreign language teaching. These aren't my like French isn't a foreign language to me, but it's foreign language teaching. So it's for people whose mother tongue French is not, you know, like who you get my point. Or like, and also English to like for Germans. But I don't know what the future holds for me. But all I can say is that this economic stuff, it has really kind of put a toll on my just like psyche and my mental health, because I feel like there's this like big economy, right, that we study and is always running, and it never stops. It never stops. And when you actually imagine it, you kind of like turn crazy. So you cannot actually imagine it. All you can do is just apply some function, some equation that you have like kind of thought out, or that you have just copied, and like that you're just applicating. Economics is really a weird subject. It's a bad, like, I have a bachelor's in economics and I'm studying a master's in economics, and like if I open my computer now, I just see basically kind of like stress. That's like how a teacher of us like used to put it, that like when you have long like blocks of text and you have to go through it like a student, or like some kind of professor, like someone who's academically like working through something. And like she told us like someone that's what, like, I'm praising this teacher. I remember his name. He's like, I know where he's teaching. I know his subject, like marketing and like other subjects. But he even was the one. He was guiding me for my bachelor thesis, which I just passed. I just averaged enough to get through, but that's it. Otherwise, like, it also was during Corona, and I remember I also interviewed some of my friends. Now has been, I'm so slow, right? I'm so slow. This was 4 years ago, like over 4 years ago. This was like probably 4.5 or 5 years ago that I did my bachelor thesis. And I'm still at only 80 ECTS out of 100 on my online masters. And I'm still studying another bachelor's degree. And it kind of never stops. And it's getting really, I wouldn't say frustrating, but it's like there is a sense of like hopelessness of time just like passing, and me not really actually learning something really, like, especially in these like economic studies. It's like, and then, yeah, what I wanted to say, when you ask someone else, can you help me out, they can't. It's always like, you have to be able to use like basic mathematics. You have to be able to solve basic equations and so on. But then, like, the level of abstraction is just like, it's so far out there. It's so far out there that some variables representing like x includes